Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us once again. My name is Michael. I'm a speech-language pathologist with Providence Home Health and Hospice. And as you know, if you've seen us before, we are a local company. And if you've seen us before, you know how much I enjoy working with a company that's so close with the community. Today, I'd like to talk a little bit about speech therapy. I get a lot of questions about speech therapy, even from nurses and physicians, because oftentimes they just don't know what we do. I've walked into patients' homes before and introduced myself, and they will look at me and say, "I speak just fine. What are you doing here?" So today I'd just like to uncover some of the things that speech therapists work with, some of the deficits that we address, and if you have any questions when we're done, please feel free to reach out and contact us. So speech therapy in the geriatric population does work with speech, oftentimes with individuals who have had strokes or Parkinson's or different neurological deficits and diseases. Speech can be affected, and there's nothing worse than not being able to get your point across, to not be able to communicate your medical and your social wants and needs. And so I do work with individuals who have difficulty with expressive language. I also work with individuals that have difficulty with receptive language, meaning it may take them a little additional time to receive the message that you're trying to get across. Again, working with stroke patients, that's oftentimes something that we see. It may be what we call aphasia, where you just can't get that word out, or apraxia, where you've got some issues with the musculature and the nerves that control your mouth and your articulators. I also work heavily on cognition. I work with individuals, especially in the dementia population, on helping them to maintain their dignity. These individuals had full lives. Many of them did amazing things, and the last thing that I want is for dementia to come along and take that away from them. So I will actually go out and stage an individual who has got dementia. There's 7 stages, and depending on those stages will give us some indicators on what functions they're still able to carry out. And then we base a care plan around those functions so that those individuals can continue to do as much independently as possible. I also work on short-term memory. A lot of individuals that I work with have got short-term memory deficits. And I will tell you that short-term memory oftentimes is accompanied by aging. As we get older, oftentimes we do lose some of that. And so I help individuals with techniques, strategies, tips and tricks so that they can continue to thrive in their environment, not forget things, or at least have strategies in place if they should. I also work on individuals with swallowing deficits. All of us, since birth, have been swallowing. Since in the womb, actually, have been swallowing. And so we have all really taken this for granted. Until someone comes in and says, "I'm going to puree your steak," or "I'm going to puree your lunch," oftentimes it's not something that we think about. But I work with individuals to make sure that they can continue to eat whatever they want to eat for as long as possible, whether that be through modifications during mealtime, different things that they can do with what we call compensatory strategies, ways that they can compensate so that they can continue to eat the things they enjoy. It may be through swallowing exercises. There's exercises involved with the swallow function itself. There's also what we call oral motor exercises, which really works the mouth, the tongue, everything that we use to initially get our food ready for the swallow. So if you or any of your friends or family are experiencing any of these, especially with the swallowing, I'd love it if you'd give us a call, reach out on our Facebook page. One of the things that I don't want for anyone is for them to aspirate and be in the hospital. And aspiration is, you've heard the old saying, it went down the wrong pipe. That's what aspiration is when food or liquid goes down into our lungs rather than our stomach. And along with that can come all types of different infections. Pneumonia is what we see most of all. So again, if you or your loved one is experiencing this, please reach out immediately. I would love to come out and do a full evaluation and let you and your family member and your loved one know what we can do to help them continue to eat what they'd like to eat. If you have family members with short-term memory deficits, or if you unfortunately have a family member that has been diagnosed with dementia of any form, please reach out and let's see what we can do to help those individuals to maintain the level that they're at and to thrive in the environments they're in. So please, again, reach out on our Facebook page or feel free to give us a call at 316-558-5956. Call us today, don't wait, and until then, stay healthy. Thank you all so much for your time. We'll see you soon.